Thanks for logging on to 12news.com, the 12 News app, and the 12 News YouTube page. Time for a triple threat with the 12 Sports team. I'm Cameron Cox, Lena Washington, and Luke Liddon on your screen. Guys, let's talk through some topics that everyone's going to be talking about this week. Let's start with the Cardinals, fresh off that loss. A lot to not enough against the 49ers. 49ers clinching the NFC West title. I don't think it's any surprise how this game went, but your main takeaways from this are what? Lena, we'll start with you.
I will say I'm surprised that the score was so lopsided considering how tough the Cardinals played the 49ers in Santa Clara in Week 4. This is the first time Kyler Murray has played the Niners in over 2 years. And while he scored in the opening drive, I think it was 4 plays, 70-plus yards, the offense really kind of fell flat after that. And we saw guys going down. Jeff Swaim leaving the game. Tight end Trey McBride also got banged up a little bit. Hollywood Brown still dealing with a heel issue. Kyler Murray even took a couple plays off after getting banged up. So I was mostly surprised with how the score got out of control so quickly. They know what Christian McCaffrey is capable of, and yet he has scored 7 touchdowns against the Cardinals this year alone. And the Niners are the best team in the league.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Surprised? How could you be surprised by the best team?
Front runner of the MVP race. I'm surprised by the lopsided score.
Gotcha.
It was competitive for the first half, and then things just took a turn, and this is the team to beat in terms of Super Bowl in Vegas coming up in a couple weeks. Luke, what did you think of this game?
We've seen the Cardinals do this time and time again where they start off really strong, have a great opening drive, 7 plays, 75 yards, and 4 minutes, 20 seconds was the first drive of the game where they scored, had the lead, looked great, but then, of course, a pick six. Then it just kind of fizzles out. That's what we've seen every single game. But my immediate reaction is this team needs a dang wide receiver.
Yes.
On 13 targets, listen to this stat. On 13 targets to the wide receiving core, they only amassed 20 receiving yards.
You know how many catches in the first half?
Receiving yards. How many in the first half?
You and I had more, Luke.
Wow, 0. Okay. And
or
then,
just
of course,
as many.
So we learned that they really need a bona fide superstar wide receiver, or at least one with size. Harrison Jr. in the draft coming up, hopefully.
Sure.
But also we continue to learn Trey McBride is a stud. We've seen him time and time again show out. This isn't just a fluke. I think he really is the tight end of the future for this team. And I think in years to come, will be one of the best tight ends in the league. We've seen it from a mile away. We saw it in college. We continue to see it in the late second half of this season. He's definitely a stud to look out for in the years to come.
Well, he's a big physical pass catcher. You saw James Conner also catching a lot of passes as well and then rumbling his way, getting that ground game going. He had a tremendous game, but at the end of the day, James Conner doesn't care about stats. He does not care about individual performance. It's about the team, the win-loss record, getting better. And yes, they absolutely need a wide receiver who's going to have some size. Michael Wilson was back. He was not targeted today. He's still working his way back after a shoulder injury, but man, trying to move that ball downfield without a matchup nightmare like Trey McBride, other than him, is going to be tough.
Yeah, guys, it's interesting. This wide receiver core is going to look totally different come next year.
It better.
Yeah, it has to. Hollywood Brown, that foot injury, that's just something that he's been bothered by all year long, and it's really starting to weigh in on him. Jonathan Gannon was asked after the game, are you concerned about Hollywood? For the first time ever, a real answer from a head coach like, yes, I am concerned. Kind of took me by surprise that he said that, and he should be, because Hollywood Brown just can't stay healthy right now, even though he's fighting to get back out there. Michael Wilson, the same thing. I think we all agree he's got all the talent in the world, right?
Yes.
But just like in college, he could not stay healthy.
Yeah.
You can't rely on Greg Dortch and Rondell Moore week in and week out. They got to be spurt guys that other guys take a lot of the punishing, and then those guys can get past the defense. Going to look very different next year. The Cardinals were competitive. Most yards they put up all season, most rushing yards they've had all season, yet the score was this lopsided. And I think that about sums up the entire year. They just don't have enough. We keep saying it. We keep saying it. They're going to fire all the bullets they got. It is not enough to compete with a team like the 49ers. I agree with JG. They played hard, just nowhere near enough talent across the board to really do anything against a team like the 49ers.
That'll take time, you know.
Yeah, it'll take some time. Kyler Murray's still got to get comfortable in that offense. He's got to get some better weapons on the outside. Defense, they're just outmanned and outpriced all across the board, and we saw that today. I think the first ever time I've seen a wide receiver or a running back catch the ball, fall down, get back up, and have time to run and go score a touchdown.
So bad.
How is that possible, the National
On coaching is what Coach says.
Yeah.
Well, what a homecoming for Brock Purdy. You saw the Perry Puma flags flying at State Farm Stadium. You know he had a very loud contingent. They were actually chanting Purdy when he was hurt, went out of the game for a couple plays, came back in, toughed it out. So it's his first time as an NFL starter in his hometown stadium. He won here at Iowa State when he was playing in the Fiesta Bowl. But man, Brock Purdy, what a story coming from Gilbert to Mr. Irrelevant to now the MVP frontrunner his second year in the league. Well, guys, unfortunately, it was not a very festive Sunday in Arizona sports all around, from a disaster in Glendale to a disaster perhaps unraveling with the Suns. We saw Bradley Beal once again getting injured in the second game of this big three unit of Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker being together. I think it was under 30 minutes total that they've played together this regular season.
4 1/8 of a quarter.
Right. I'm personally not going to be panicking until, like I said, around February, All-Star break, trade deadline. That's when we need to see this group cohesive on the court, and they might add some players, right, some pieces at that time. But is it time to panic or be patient with the Suns and their 3 stars? Luke, where are you at on that scale?
Yeah, I'm gonna panic a little bit. I'm not gonna.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna be a scale of 1 to 10. It's not gonna be a 10, but it's creeping up to a 7.5 now.
That's a good number, Luke.
I
like it.
Bradley Beal continues to get hurt. Now, granted, that was just a freak injury. He landed awkwardly on the jump shot. That wasn't his fault, obviously.
Dante DiVincenzo in the space, the landing space there.
Exactly. So he can't help that, but even when they are on the court together, they haven't had enough time to gel, and they don't look like a good team or a good offense right now. And their defense, what we thought would maybe be their backbone, they can't stop anybody. So I am concerned. Like Lena said, you got to wait a little bit longer, but the concern is increasing. And I haven't really seen much from the big three when they were on the court and when they're not on the court. Good luck winning with just Kevin Durant and Booker. We saw it last year, but they get tired. They can't play forever. They need the subs. The subs haven't been playing well. Yuta Watanabe has been a little bit of a disappointment. I don't need to go down the whole list of the entire bench, but I am concerned.
Well, you might have to, because those are the guys we're going to be in the starting 5. We're going to have to be carrying this team.
It's disappointing because those are the guys that were brought here to play like a certain role.
Right.
You guys are going to do this, this, and this. The big three are going to do the rest of that, right? That's not happened. No. So what has happened is guys have been hurt because they've been asked to do more than what they brought here for. Guys, it's concerning. As you know, we've seen this story before many times. In fact, since they've been to the finals, it's always been like, hey, guys, we need more time. We need to do this. We need to do this.
Every time.
Every time. We need to gel together. We need to do this. We add KD. We need more time together. They need more time together, but it's still just as concerning because you're left wondering, is it going to work? Here's the biggest concern. This team, regardless of what reason you want to throw out there, has not connected with this community yet whatsoever. This is a Suns town. They bleed orange. It's the heartbeat of this city. But this team, as it's currently constructed, has not got the same reaction that Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges got the other night at the Footprint Center. That was the loudest reaction so far inside that building, was for 2 players on the opposite team.
Maybe if they find some success, then that connection.
You go lead a team to the finals, right? You're going to get an ovation when you come back. It's also worth noting that Bradley Beal isn't likely going to be available until the calendar turns over to 2024, and then we could see him out for an extended period of time. There's no timetable yet definitively on when he'll return from that ankle injury, but man, it's been a tough go for this Suns team that has been. We just seen it.
I just hope they can get healthy and play together. On paper, and with this team healthy, they're able to be the title favorites.
Oh, for sure.
Without that's why their defense has played so bad. It's just because no one knows their exact role, and that's been the hardest thing. I'm going full panic until the big three is finally together.
Scale of 1 to 10, where are you at? I'm 7.5. Cam, where are you?
I'm gonna go 9.6 until the big three is healthy.
Okay.
It's real, guys. They just haven't done it yet. You haven't seen it, so you can't go out there and prove it until you see it happen.
I'm going to lower the temperature a little bit. We are in December, guys. I'm not going to hit the panic button quite
yet. But they've said that the past 3 Decembers.
Players are capable of individually. We know what they're capable of together, even though we've only seen a glimpse of it. I am going to hold it down on the patient scale, so under 5 on a scale of 1 to 10 for me right now. But when the calendar turns to February, we're going to be creeping up to the 7, 8, 9, 10s.
Standings don't look good either right now.
A Suns source reminded me of something here recently. Big threes take a minute. Go back and look at Miami. They took a year together. Other big threes, the Celtics. I mean, it takes time. So maybe next year, probably.
The bright spot of this week, I would say, for the Suns is Sean Marion being inducted into the Ring of Honor,
wonderful.
seeing so many luminaries of Arizona sports, former
Dirk
teammates.
showed
Even
up.
Dirk Nowitzki showed up. Mike D'Antoni showed up. So to see number 31 in the rafters, as someone who had Sean Marion's jersey in high school and college growing up here in the Valley, congratulations to the Matrix.
And
for
Lena, I can't
the
believe
honor.
he wasn't on an all-NBA defensive team. Like,
Neither
he was
could
right.
he. He said he was disgusted.
I know, and
so.
he's right. Like, night in and night out. That's what people don't understand. Like, before McHale and Thunder, like, he was the guy that guarded everyone's number one every night, and he did it without flinching. And so I couldn't believe that when we looked back up. But he was right on that. It was disgusting that he was never included on those teams.
What memories, though, he and that entire team gave us years ago. Okay, our final topic, a little bit more of a positive spin to this triple threat. We're talking about the Diamondbacks locking in Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He's staying in the Valley, a 3-year, $42 million deal. The D-backs get a little more active in this offseason compared to years past. Guys, what do you grade this move and just the offseason in general so far for the D-backs? Lena?
I'm going to say I'll give it a B+. I'm not going to give it a full A, but I like the moves that they're doing, getting a starting pitcher in the rotation and then locking down a guy like Lourdes Gurriel Jr., who they traded for and again produced, showed up, became an all-star, became Corbin Carroll's one of his all-time favorite teammates in his whole career, right? And then just the excitement that he brought, the purple hair, the Pina Power. I mean, kids walking around with the hair and the headband around Chase Field. He's an exciting young player to be a part of this team, and just the excitement surrounding the future of this team, and Mike Hazen, Ken Kendrick making moves to make things happen, to build on this World Series run, I think is incredible. So let's see more Pina Power at the dish, in the outfield, all of that.
Yeah, you know what, Lena? Mike Hazen said it's important for this team to keep guys who this community connects with. And I think we all can agree, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. made an impact, not only on this team, in that clubhouse, but in this community too as well. So to me, it's a no-brainer to bring him back. Jake McCarthy was not the guy that you were going to throw out there every day. It makes sense for him to come back. Guys, I'm going with an A this offseason. Like, you've added an outfielder. You've got a starting pitcher. You've added an everyday third baseman. All that's left, and reportedly they're still very much interested in a DH, either J.D. Martinez and Justin Turner. They're able to do that. And they've done kind of all this. So they spent the third most money in free agency this offseason behind the Dodgers and the Phillies. But they've kind of done it on somewhat of a budget. They're not necessarily out here signing mega money deals, and they still have a nice young core intact when you look at this roster. Listen, they're going to have the highest payroll ever in team history. So Ken Kendrick living up to his promise to spend more this offseason. If they can go out and get a DH, man, that'll complete the trifecta. And if I'm the Dodgers, listen, you signed Shohei Ohtani, that's great, but you got a great team in the Diamondbacks that are coming for you and that have already proven they can beat you in the playoffs.
And you know what's interesting? This past season at the trade deadline, we wondered how aggressive the D-backs would be. Would they be buyers, they're sellers? They did pretty well, brought Paul Sewald in and some other pieces. And we wondered after this World Series run, okay, where do you go from now? Where do you go from here, I should say? You guys had a lot of success.
Would they really
build on it,
Yeah.
right? And they've done so far, all the names you listed. And Lourdes Gurriel Jr., he's a great player, too. Great outfielder, pretty great at bat. Hit some big home runs in the playoffs when they needed it most. So he's definitely left his impact on this team. I like the move. It's exciting to see this team actually put together a solid roster in the offseason and building off that momentum. It's not just a one-and-done deal. They're trying to add these pieces to compete and play more October baseball. So I love it. I love the move.
Yeah, that's the best part, guys, is when you look at this roster, they can compete with anybody, and they're going to. That pitching staff, when they roll out there, those four starters, Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen, Brandon Pfaadt, Eduardo Rodriguez, whoever the fifth guy is, I mean, that's four starters that can compete with anybody in baseball. That rotation, that bullpen is going to be shored up too as well. They're going to take another step, like having Paul Sewald back there. That lineup is something that people are going to have to contend with. They just need a DH, I think, to strike some fear in some people. But they got quality hitters in their lineup, like really up and down for the first time in a while. And it's good to see them not mortgage the farm, give away some of these young pieces. They're going to build around these young pieces, and that's how you can create a team that can compete for years to come.
And really quickly, that trade with the Blue Jays to bring in Gabby Moreno and Lourdes Gurriel Jr., look how it's paid dividends now, right? Because Gabby Moreno going to be the starting catcher for years to come. Keeping Lourdes Gurriel Jr., I think they won that trade when you look at the whole totality of it all, too.
Yeah, Mike Hazen robbing a bank in broad daylight, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say just real quick, because Suns former head coach Monty Williams used to tell us that short off seasons are earned. The Diamondbacks are enjoying a short off season. Spring training is going to be here before we know it. As soon as the Super Bowl's done, we are getting ready to head out to all the ballparks out here in the Cactus League to check out some of the new guys, some of the new faces all around the valley. So stay tuned for that as we continue our coverage here on 12 Sports.
Man, to put a timeline on it, less than 2 months away from pitchers and catchers reporting to
TikTok.
spring training. That'll do it for us. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.